should we be working on today?
So, one thing people tend to forget is that the best known civil rights case, Brown versus Board, was about economic rights. And the challenge to separate but equal was about black students that had to walk to school and white students whose school was closer to theirs and they had a bus. It is important to recognize that when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat, it was about transportation rights. That the Civil Rights Act of '64 was about employment discrimination, but it was about public accommodations. The right to eat at a lunch counter. It was about the right to hold a job. Economics is intertwined into the civil rights movement and ethos and struggle and battle. And it is often forgotten that in the 1960s, there were 4 major, what I call, justice initiatives. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, the Johnson anti-poverty programs of 1966, and the Fair Housing Act of 1968. So there's been an intertwining, and I really believe that we have to restore. The organization I lead places primacy in the national urban legal economic justice. The right to a job, the right to a quality job, the right to build a business, the right to own a home and build assets. That's the fundamental work we do on a public policy front and also through a wide array of programs that help people achieve those objectives. And we've got some work to do to elevate economic justice. Social justice is key, but in this nation, economic parity is so crucial. Economic parity is the key to quality of life. It's the key to the ability to take care of yourself and your next generation. And so I thought, just for everyone's benefit, the National Urban League has issued a 3Ds, call to action. The first is defend and fix democracy. The second one is demand diversity, equity, and inclusion in all aspects of American life. Campuses, classrooms, courtrooms, boardrooms, factory floors, and the like. And the third one is defeat poverty. Because you said it at the top when you gave us, where we have made the least relative progress is in the economic arena. And the analogy we embrace at the National Urban League is that black people, and to some extent Latinos as well, are like the caboose on the economic train. When the unemployment rate goes down, the unemployment rate for black people goes down as well. But it's still twice what the white rate is. And you can look at the same thing when it comes to the poverty rate, the home ownership rate, business formation rate. And so this is really, this country's calling card is economic opportunity. We have a $23 trillion economy. Our economy is the largest in the world, and it is as large as the second and third economies, China and Japan combined. Our economy. Yet for the past 30 years, as our economy has moved from being a $5 to $6 trillion economy to being a $23 trillion economy, the relative economic standing, not of black people and brown people and white people, but the economic standing of the bottom 2/5 or the bottom 3/5 of our population has not kept pace with that economic growth. And that is why there's so much economic stress. We have a new face of poverty in America. People who work all the time, sometimes have college degrees. Some work 2 jobs and still have a hard time making ends meet.
Thank you.